Speakerphone games. Have you ever heard of speakerphone games? There are several ways to play this game. To some, it's not a game, but to others, they are. One of the ways you can play this game is it's kind of like the game telephone that they play, where you call somebody and tell them something, then they call the next person and tell that person, but with every time the message is passed, it's a little bit different than the first time it was told. Well, this game kind of goes a little bit like that. Only difference is instead of somebody passing you the message, you can hear them as they say whatever it is that they say, unbeknownst to the person that's on the other line. So, one of the ways you can do this is you can have somebody calling you every day of the week, asking you for advice about a situation they in, or talking to you over and over again about things that's happening to them. And sometimes they ain't strong enough to go and tell the person what they need to tell them that's sitting right in their face, you hours and hours away. So what they do is after they get you with all the information of what's been going on around them, and then they asking you what should you do about the situation, or what should they do about the situation that they in. And then when you give them, well, if it were me in that situation or something I had been through, this is what I'll do. And as soon as you start to tell them about the way you will handle the situation, they turn the speakerphone on in front of the person that they need to say whatever it is that they need to say to. And they let that person hear you say everything that they want to say to them. So they've set you up to say it. Now, how does one find out that you've been a part of the telephone game? Well, I've been a part of that telephone game before. And one time I was talking to somebody and I was repeating some of the things that I had said on that telephone call before. And as I said it, the person sitting in front of me kept saying, I know, I know, over and over again. Well, how do you know? Because that day when you were talking, they put you on speakerphone so we can all hear what you said. So then there's another part. And the thing is when I get to understanding that I've been a part of the telephone game, I'm like, oh, okay then. So you've already heard this part of it and that part. Well, let me finish telling you what all I said. And usually those people never have a question about, well, how did you all get here? They just want to stay with what they heard right then and there on that telephone call. But there's also another way of somebody can say something to me, or I can say something to them, and they can go and have a conversation with somebody else about what I just said to them. And then that person comes back and question me about a conversation that I had with the other person. Well, one of those people, while they having a conversation with somebody else, put that person on speakerphone. And I can clearly hear that person say, Shauna is a liar. And then I can't pretend anymore that I'm not on the phone. I'm not angry or anything, but surprise. Tell me what I lied about. I think that's a fair question after somebody call you a liar. But then the same person that'll say that you're a liar will come to you and say something to you. And then when a person come and ask about that situation, they expect you to lie about it after they've called you a liar. And so I just want to say that if you are willing to say something behind somebody's back, be willing to stand in it the same way you did when you was telling it. And if you can't stand in it, then maybe, just maybe, you need to shut up. But see, I don't have a problem with repeating what I said. And I've even said before, there's times back in the days where somebody has told me something that I should not have gone back and said. But I did it, and for it, I was very sorry that I did it. But nonetheless, I did it. And for those of you who don't know, if you got a secret and you don't want anybody to know, I know you heard that saying before. Somebody come to you and say, girl, I ain't supposed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyways. You know, um, and then the secret pours out. If nobody has ever told you before, once you open your mouth and you say anything about what you want to be a secret, it is no longer a secret. And when I open my mouth and talk about anything that's going on in my life or around me, I'm not saying it in secret. And anything that I have said to anyone, all you have to do is ask me. I'm not a monster. I don't bite people, but I will stand in the truth. And if you are not one that knows how to do that, then probably it's best for you to just not say nothing at all. I've heard people say about me, I hope when such and such get around other people, I hope they hold my secrets the way that they hold your secrets. Like I said, if I open my mouth and said it to you, it's not a secret. I know that game of don't tell nobody, girl. Don't say nothing to nobody but such and such and such and such. And then those same people that'll be in front of you saying all of those extra things will be the same people that'll be behind the scenes saying that you said this and you said that, but ain't standing in nothing that they said. I learned a long time ago. Once you open your mouth and let it out, it's no longer a secret. It's just tonight I'm realizing actually how many times the speakerphone game done been played with me. But then when I get ready to pour the cup all over the ground, asking me not to say nothing but behind the scenes making me the bad person until we start talking about things that I shouldn't know. Cause see, since we having the conversation, let's have the conversation. Don't try to stop me now. Um, so just these speakerphone games. If you know I ain't good at playing this game, don't invite me to your speakerphone games. Because if you put me, the person that played the game with me, in front of the person that we talking about, and they asked me anything that got to do with a part of the story, and you're saying my part, but you're not saying your part, baby, we finna play. Since you asked me to keep it in secret and then you standing in front of me and you talking about it, but you've told what I said, but not what you said, we're gonna talk about it all. Now, I don't mind talking to people in private. If it stays private, that's fine. I will never say anything about it. But the moment I hear you telling the part of the story where you're telling what I said and not what you said, I have to fill in the blanks. So, people, if you want your secrets, keep them to your own self. Don't tell nobody. Because I know y'all done heard it before. Girl, don't say nothing. It don't never work. And I would just say, hey, how y'all doing tonight? I didn't expect for anybody to come here. I just wanted to come in here and talk since my eyes wide open at this time in the morning. Hey, TMB Monkey Man, how you doing tonight? I know I've been missing in action. I've had a whole lot of stuff going on. And so I just been trying to stay away from here so I can continue to do the things that I think is right in my eyesight that don't cause me restless nights. Hey, Silky Black, I ain't seen you in a long time. Happy New Year to you also. Hey, Mo. Mo, you said something to me today. And one word that stuck out, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. I don't know how much later. But when you said self-isolation, girl, you just don't never know what you're saying to somebody. Because when you I feel like, look, and I'm ready to talk about it now, but I've been, ever since you sent that message back, talking about self-isolation, ooh, I looked at that in a whole different way. Because it's something else when you put yourself in a position to be away from other people. And you're right. You ain't calling nobody. You're not going to anybody's house. You just completely staying away from everyone. Well, that is the place that I have been in now for more than a year. Self-isolation. I have people who invite me to go places with them. I make up excuses sometimes, only because I love the people and I just don't want to flat like turn them down. But it doesn't matter how much you self-isolate, you still get people who call you and bring you into their situations. And then it's like they forgot. She was over there in the corner all by herself. See, I'm used to being in a corner, being lonely. I'm in self-isolation right now by myself. By myself. Something so simple happened today. And I know the weight don't belong to the other person, but so many frustrating things have happened that I need to put myself in self-isolation because I don't want to push off onto somebody else something that does not belong to them. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. Most people on here know that I have a garden. And today I was talking to one of my kids and I was like, you know what? Today I want some cabbage, but I don't have any growing in my garden. And she said she would go in the store and grab me a cabbage and 2 boxes of butter. After we done talked about this cabbage, I don't know how many times, she went in the store and got the 2 boxes of butter and she grabbed a bunch of collard greens. Now, I laugh about this because prior to her going in the store, we talked about this maybe like 5 times. She only going in the store to get 2 things. Well, when she comes out the store, she doesn't have cabbage. She got collard greens. And I said, what is that you have right there? And she was like, oh, it took me forever to find these collard greens in the store. I say, yeah, the same collard greens that we got growing in our backyard back there, you needed to go in the store and buy more of them, was my response to her coming out of the store after we've talked 5 times about this cabbage. So at that point, I just go silent. I don't want to yell at anyone. I don't want to say anything hurtful. I just instantly go into a place of silence. And right now, I'm in not a bad place because bad place for me is when the tears start to flow. And other people's opinion may be a little bit different, but I wasn't allowed to cry when I was growing up. So to me, crying is like, ugh. Anyways. But I'm in a place that I even feel guilty about being in that place. And that place is self-isolation because I just don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to be responsible for anybody. I even heard earlier today somebody saying, I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to be a wife. I don't want to be any of that stuff right now. And for me, it doesn't mean That's the place that I want to stay in. And it feels like such a selfish thing because all I ever known my whole life is you just keep doing, and ignore you. Well, it's getting harder and harder to ignore how I feel about certain things. Yep, Tiara, you're absolutely right. It is so funny that you said that because Peach is definitely one of the people that I heard say that today. I also seen somebody by the name of Just Jazz that she's going through something that I've been through before with her daughter running away. And though my situation was not, it has been my daughter before, but it was two of my sons at one time. And trying to navigate through this life sometimes, I think we put more pressures on ourselves than anybody else be putting on us. But sometimes I don't know how to take those, not sometimes, but a lot of the times, I don't know how to take those pressures off of myself because it's been chiseled into my 11 years old, taking care of everybody else except for me. And now when I come across as I need to do something for myself, and yes, also I'm in that position, I can go to the store and I can shop for everybody in the house. And nobody realizes when I come home from that store, everybody got something in that bag or those bags except for me. So that also was something else. And I heard Peach say she went shopping for herself. Ugh, I can't even imagine going to do that. The overwhelming amount of guilt. I feel guilt if I go to a restaurant or stop and get me something to eat after I done went and did hair or something on the way home. I feel guilty if I don't get something for my kids or my husband or something. And my husband don't even like fast food. But I'll still feel guilty. You say most of people think I do it because I'm scared of the world. I'm protecting the world from me, honestly. I'm protecting the life that I have built for myself. Oh my goodness, Mo. That's that's what I'm talking about today. Is like I don't isolate myself because I'm afraid of anything. I've been through the worst of the worst already. Been through the worst of worst. This stuff that I'm going through right now, it is frustrating. Yes, it is. But can you imagine how frustrating it is to have the things that happened to me and have to hold on to them for 41 years without being able to say anything? I got anger built up in me. But I still have a love that outweighs the anger. And because I know I have that, it's what make me move around and self-isolate. so that I don't pour out the anger that I have onto suspecting people around me. So I self isolate. And Mo sitting on here and just sometimes flowing, it's not the easiest thing for me because there are things that I avoid talking about that are genuinely bothering me. But I give so much consideration to other people around me, even though that's the promise that I made to myself that I'm going to come and start talking about things that are happening to me. And no matter how many times I say that, because the things are happening to me. I'm a part of what's happening. I'm a part of what's going on and everything. And when I say I'm self isolating, I'm not asking anybody for the things that they're going through. I'm not calling and just pouring on somebody everything that I'm going through. Mm. Yeah, Tiara, we gotta start taking care of ourselves. But first, that has to be learned. I'm learning how to. What I was taught was how to take care of everybody else. um, you gotta get some counseling so you can um get rid of all of the burdens. Tiara, that's a good one too. When I came on here, I know I was saying that I've never been to counseling before. And I have never been to counseling before. But for you to come on and say that, I actually was talking to my sister and I've been thinking about it more and more and more lately. I'm to a place where I actually want to go to counseling. I want to go. How do I find said counselor? I don't know. But over here in our community, that's you don't hear many people talking about that because that's a no. But I really I have friends and stuff that I can call. But at this point, it's almost like I don't want to overwhelm my friends with what all is going on. I can tell them 1/5 of what I'm going through. And I already know that at this point, I sound like somebody. You ever had somebody in front of you and they running off all this stuff in their life that done happened to you, and you looking at them like, girl, I know you lying. You just sat there and said all of that different. Ain't no way none of that stuff happening to you. Well, I can call you on one day and 2 days later, 33 other things that done happen. And it's literally like that. And when I say I'm not calling and reaching out to anybody for their drama or whatever, but it's just seemed like it comes to me out of nowhere. And I'm in self isolation, but it still comes to me. And so now the more people that talk to me about going to counseling, the more I find out, even though I'm able to come on here and spill out some of the things that are going on, it's like my cup is filled all the way to the brim, but I let go of that right there. And then I pick up all the consideration that I have for all these other people. And that little bit that I got poured off of my cup the next day my cup back running over again because I haven't gotten all of this stuff off me. I don't have enough people to ask me enough questions about the things that I done been through to be able to dig into it. So I'm my sister even talked to me about someone that was saying she'll come to me. I've never heard of that ever before. But I'm ready. I got so many things that I can talk about. I don't know how to talk to anybody. I can be laying right next to my husband, flowing with the conversation, but I can never say all of the things that I need to say, even to him. No way. And I think certain things that you need to talk about or whatever, yeah, your husband should be one that you probably thinking you can go to and talk to about everything. But with the things that I'm dealing with, that thing is something a man would try to safeguard his ears from hearing because it ain't nothing he can do about them. So, you got to get you some counseling so you can get rid of that burden, sis. Yes, Tiara, I'm definitely going to work on it, and I appreciate my sister for. I don't even think my sister would believe in counseling had she not been military, and it's something that they do on the regular. You know, I know for a fact when she first went there that she was like, I ain't with the counseling thing, but self comes first, Tashana. I'm trying to learn how to put myself first, but you know what? It feels like it's so selfish. Put myself first feels icky. I can go on and on about talking about putting myself first. It sounds cliche, but people will take and take until you're gone. If you don't, I I know that too. Snatch your whole entire life from you and then be the same ones that'll be standing over you at the funeral crying and dying because you ain't here. I don't even know how I was supposed to say that, but okay. Well, let's start talking because we all have gone through stuff and maybe we can help each other. I know that's right. It's just like me, I'm really good. Like I can get on the phone with people and people can tell me about something that they've been through or whatever. And I always got a story of something that happened in my life that's very similar to what somebody else has been through. And I can always I'm never embarrassed about um if I've been through something and I can talk to somebody to help them get through what it is that they going through. I'm willing to pull it out the closet and talk to them about it to help them get through it so they don't end up in the same place that I'm in. But I don't know how to get to that next step. Is like where you just consider you. It just seems so foreign that ask your primary doctor for a counselor. Okay, girl, one of my BFFs had so much drama in her life until I carried the weight of her drama. That had me stressed out. Ooh, yeah. That even make me think about there's been time it's like I can feel other people's pain. I feel like I done been so invested in some people. There's been a time that I done been to the hospital with somebody who was in labor. And I'm sitting on the side of them and I can feel their contractions. And I've never ever in my life felt that before. And then like one of my kids got cut and then she showed me the cut and I can feel the pain of the cut. So it's like my husband smashed his toe. And it's like if he show it to me, it's like, no, I can feel people's pain. So it's like I'm not running from it because I just don't want to see it or whatever. No, I don't want to feel. I don't want to feel that pain. I hate when people talking about stuff that done happened to them or whatever. Is I can feel it. And it's like sitting there. It's like I want to change it so bad. It's like you sitting in there. I done gave birth 9 times. I know what labor pains feel like. You mean to tell me I'm sitting here and I'm having this? I mean, every time, and they have the epidural, and they sitting there chilling, and I'm getting the labor pains. So, you know, Mo, I've heard of that word before, and never looked into it before. You're an empath. Um, you know, I gotta look into that now that you say that. That's what's happening to me, but I don't know. I sat here and stared at the wall, listening to the clock tick, and just was like, go. I'm on live, babe. You heard me?
Yeah.
All right. Um, I've sat there and yeah, my husband. Not long. Okay. Um, and that just goes to show you, I've been missing for so long that now my husband is out walking around looking for me. And sometimes I just need to disappear and just be by myself because I don't want to pour my anger out on anyone. And I always tell my kids, if you've done something really simple and I go quiet on you, try not to take it to heart that it has anything to do with you, that I've gone to that quiet place. Those are my issues that I'm trying to work out. And I'm just quiet because I don't want to say something to you that may hurt you. So, you know, Silky Black, music is good therapy. Um, that's my go-to. I also do a lot of singing and everything, and I absolutely love music. One song that has me right now is a song that's made by this guy named Friday. And oh my gosh, what's the name of the song? I listen to that song over and over again, and for whatever reason, that song is speaking volumes to me. And it, even though, even even though I'm talking about, even though in the song that he's talking about, not taking other people for granted in the song, it's like the song is speaking to me about myself. So I forgot what the name of the song is right now, but his name is Friday, and I wish I can remember the name of that song, but I have that song on replay. And the first couple of times that I heard it, man, please, that thing had me in tears. Just just having some consideration for myself because it seems so foreign and uncomfortable to be considering me. I've been listening to I Told the Storm over and over today. Ooh, let me tell you one that got me to Silky Black the other day. Um, I've cried my last cry on yesterday. Oh my goodness. And even it don't matter. Oh, and another one, I can't remember what her name is, but it's so many different songs that, but yes, Silky Black music is great. Great therapy. It's one of the many things that I picked up from my mom. My mom was she recorded a couple albums, and I was always at those rehearsals and everything with her. So, and we a singing family, instrumental and all of that good stuff. So yes, music is a big part. Um, I Told a Storm is my song, but Jesus by Leandra is good too. Ooh, I can't even think. But in the song, she said in the song she says better than good to me. She was saying that God's been so good to her. I know y'all know the song that I'm talking about, but I can't think of all the words. But like I can just lay there and listen to her sing that over and over and over again. But yeah, I'm just I lay here for 2 hours and thought about hit the live button, Shauna, hit the live button for 2 whole hours. And it's just I have so many things on my mind right now. I mean, big things that are still happening. Even though I came on here and talked about the cancer scare that we going through right now. None of that stuff has been resolved, but yet other stuff just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking and on top of each other. And none of those things are even better than the cancer scare. It's like everything is like worse and worse and worse. And it's like the devil want to say, "Oh, you claiming that 2024 is going to be a good year, but let me show you. I'm gonna start it off bad for you." And it's like, "Oh Lord, he really trying me real hard, real hard." But I'm going to try harder than I've did these past couple of months to not self-sabotage myself. I mean, I waited forever and well, no, I didn't wait forever. Let me not say that. Because when I came on here, when I really start doing YouTube, I had in my mind that I'll be here and I'll ease into it until one day I made one particular video and came back on here. And I literally went from 300 subscribers, 600 subscribers. And then that's the last thing I remember. I just woke up one day to 14,000 subscribers. I never expected to be or to grow. I didn't even know you could do that here on YouTube. But it happened. And so now that I have been blessed with that, how do I keep it there? How do I not self-sabotage myself? And I'm doing it by not fulfilling the promise that I said to myself, that when I'm going through something, that I'll come on here and speak on it. And maybe with me going to counseling, I will get more comfortable about the things, or I will learn different ways that I can speak on it without having to be so out with it. Because most of the things that are happening, they all things that are family things. But I also want to share some of those things because I know that there's other people out here going through this stuff. Without a shadow of a doubt, I can see it. I can hear it. Thank you very much, Tiara, for that prayer, and amen right along with you. And for whoever didn't read that message, I'll read it out loud. Lord, I ask you to cover all of us that's online right now. And I'll add to that in Jesus' name. Protect us from evil. Use us to help others through the storm. Allow us to be followed for our wisdom. Allow us to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Amen. Thank you for that prayer, Tierra. I needed that tonight. You were sitting here, so just so you can drop that prayer right there. I needed that. So I'm going to be looking into therapy. Well, I've already been doing it. So, but I want to make a commitment to myself. Not only when I'm going through something, but I want to be able to share my happy times, because I don't get to share many of those. It hasn't been a whole lot that I've been happy about in these past couple of years. But I just don't want to. I asked God for something. He gave it to me, and it's right in front of my face. And I said I wanted to come on here, and this would be a way that I have so much going on and to talk about. I've heard from somebody who I admire and have great respect for. Pay me for my pain. um so going down and knowing that God has given me this gift, I don't want to sit aside and not give him reverence and thanks for what he has given me. So I'm going to find a way. And the same way we all sit on here and we can say prayers for each other, as you pray for me, I will definitely pray for you. Um, I've never been into making easy money. I've never been shown how to make easy money. I've known how to make money. There's been times I could put $40 on the table and I can take that $40 and turn it into $800. I've did a short about it before. I know how to make money. But the thought that this is easy money, to just come on and talk about your life, I'm just waiting for. It ain't gonna be as easy as you think it is. So I'm always waiting for the way of like how it's. Anyways, I'm always overthinking. Building your platform the way you have off your own strength without being a celebrity or clout chasing is a feat in itself. It's your raw, real nature. You're speaking for people that don't know how or are afraid. Yep. I there I can hit this live button every day and talk about something. But I don't. Sometimes I'm just not feeling it or I don't want to do it. I have to feel it for one thing. Like this thing that I was feeling tonight wouldn't let me be in peace. So which is why I'm up at this time of night talking on this live. But I'm thankful for being here. Um I feel like this is the beginning of a series of healing, not only for you, but for others as well. Absolutely. This is definitely a new beginning. And no matter what, I gotta keep telling myself 2024 is going to be better than any year that I've lived so far in my life. And I've had some happy times, but I feel like the sadness and the problems that I've been through in my life has outweighed the good. I feel like that. But I'm sure I can go back and find that balance. It's definitely been chaotic. Um Silky Black, I'm on my cell phone right now and I don't know how to drop no link, but I have said before that I wanted to have a conversation with you because I know at one point, like before, I felt like you had some questions for me and I would have loved to have answered any of those questions. I love having conversations with people. I love conversations where people are going to ask me something to make me think more outside the box, not stay in just the way that I think about it. You know, sometimes people can offer things to you and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even think about it in that way. So sometimes getting other people's perspective is sometimes move me out of the funk that I be in with certain situations. So I am I love to drop a link and have conversations with people. It just right now I'm off in one of my little areas and I don't have my laptop with me. So I sure wish I did, Silky Black. I would be right here talking to you. But keep it in mind the conversation that the questions or what you wanted to talk about, and I'm sure we'll have other times that we can get into it. This year we are going to stand on business. All right. I'm gonna say it like that, Tierra. You say stand on business. All of us that's here tonight, we gonna stand on business. That's right. If you got a platform or whatever, I mean, I don't mind going and supporting other people. But yeah, we gotta stand on business. Um, yeah. And all of us, we've been so used to working and then getting it the hard way. It's just like this seems so foreign that I can just come on here and I can just talk for a little bit and make some bread like that. Make a couple of dimes and dollars or whatever. that is great. Um yeah, oh, ATL in the house. Yeah, I got family there all over Georgia and everything. Yeah, but good old Florida. But Florida don't get the best rap on here. Every time I hear somebody here on YouTube talking about Florida, ooh, every time I hear about Florida on this line, they be calling us ratchet over here. I don't know why. No, Florida definitely can be ratchet sometimes, but I don't think we deserve I don't think we deserve the name Ratchet. I just want to tell you to keep showing up for yourself. Amen. I Silky Black is definitely gonna be a process for me because I usually show up for everybody else. And even when I'm feeling my worst, it make me feel better to show up for somebody else. That's what I know. So my process is going to be something because I feel guilty considering myself all the time. That's how you grow. And that's where the hard lessons and answers would come from. Absolutely. And Silky Black, I don't mind you reminding me of that. um, but it's definitely gonna be a process for me. We all need to link up. I'm in Palm Bay. I got family over there too. Family over in Palm Bay. Yeah, Tierra, you ain't too far from me. You know that Palm Bay right up the street. um Come to Florida, I may end up in a swamp somewhere. Nah, don't let them put you in the swamp, girl. Not in the swamp, Silky Black. No. No, don't go to the swamp. That might be like that's close to up there by Miami or whatever. No, you from Chicago. You should be able to hold your own here. Uh, don't let them put you in the swamp. You don't. Yeah, you got to stay away from like Belglade area. That's where the swamps at and stuff like that. But yeah. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. I even I feel like there's a release. I feel lighter that I actually hit the button and came on here and talked to you all tonight. Really, I'm coming to Chicago in March. There you go. Chirac, y'all be fine. She'll be fine in Florida. You'll be all right, Silk. Yes, you will. Yeah, you come from Chicago. It's crazy over here in Florida, but I think you can. I think you got it. Come on over and get the sunshine, even though it ain't shining too good right now, cause it's cold as heck over here in Florida. To me, when you used to it being hot as I don't know what over here, and then all of a sudden you got these 40-degree temperatures over here, and I know over in Chicago, 40 degrees, I ain't saying nothing to you, cause 40, you like I could walk around with my t-shirt and my panties on in 40-degree weather. But us Floridians over here be like, child, you get down in the 50s over here and we freezing. So uh yeah, I went when I went to Virginia with my sister, the 60s over there feel like the 40s. Shoot, it was over there raining one time and we at the movie theater. I'm shivering like I don't know what. It's like this ain't the same kind of 60s that we have in Florida. This ain't the same. So yeah, they say y'all make me sick. I know it is in the 40s right now, and it's like, child, please, we got our every comforter, every heater. You would think we getting snow over here. Yeah, we just ain't used to it. Like, you have to turn the AC on over here or you will be busting a sweat. But yeah, that's where it is. I enjoy this weather because these hot flashes are disrespectful. Absolutely. I definitely love when the wintertime come here because honey, you can add on some layers to do the cold over here. But honey, it's only so many clothes that you can take off over here in Florida. Um, I need to build me up some fences. Listen to me, fences. Anyways, I need to build me up some fences. That's what I said. Some fences right here and put some privacy fences. You know, be around here free than the jaybird with no feathers. But yeah, it get hot. It gets hot over here. I thought it'd be hot here. Go a little bit further to Miami, honey. You got an automatic sauna 24 hours a day. But I'm enjoying this weather because these hot flashes. Yeah, I read that already. But I thank you all for joining me for this time. And, we'll see what comes later on down the line. Thank you all very, very much. And let me start. I'll never be introducing myself. I just feel like I'm coming on here talking on the phone with my people. But this is Life with Tashana, where life be over here lifing. Really, really lifing. And I can be anywhere at any time. Some people say, girl, you be all over the place. I can't keep up with you. I know I be all over the place. One day I can be in the garden. One day you can be hearing my chickens crow. One day I'm happy, smiling, cheesing. One day I'm in court. The next day I'm fighting. So forth and so on. My life is hectic. Oh, and one other thing that I can leave with is that little situation that I was going through with my son's girlfriend. Um, for now, that situation has come to an end. She broke up with him. He's not out of jail yet, but he will be shortly, hopefully. Um, but for right now, that is done. I haven't seen her now in more than 30 days. I believe it has been. And that's fine with me. I wish I have seen my grandbaby, but I know that will come in due time. But see y'all the next time. Y'all have a good night. A good morning also.